In today's video, we're going to have a look at how much money you can make from speaking about sports betting on YouTube, covering some of the biggest channels out there. Alright, so the website that I'll be using in today's video is this one, viewstats.com. So this allows you to have a look at YouTube videos and it gives you an estimated amount of revenue. So that's what we'll be using to have a look at some of the bigger sports betting channels. But just to show you how accurate it is, I just want to have a look at what they estimated the revenue from my channel, Smart Sports Trader, would be. So I run a small channel based around sports betting, and they estimated that I would have made between $13 and $91 this month, which is obviously quite a wide range. And I made £60, so that's probably about $80. So yeah, it's on the high end of this estimated revenue, so I believe with some of these other channels that I'll be looking at, it's going to be on the higher end as well. The first channel we're going to look at is Caan Pro Trader. So Caan is one of the biggest, probably the biggest YouTuber in the UK when it comes to sports betting. He has the biggest channel. And you can see if we look at his views and estimated revenue over the last 28 days, it estimates that he's made between 850 to 2.4k just this month. So based on my channel, I would say that's probably on the higher end. I imagine he's probably making about 2k at least a month. And another thing to say about Caan's channel as well is that recently he hasn't been uploading that many videos. So his last video was 63 days ago. So it just showed that if you do put the work into YouTube, then it is a good method of passive income. As you can see, he's not doing the work at the moment. He's obviously put in a lot of work before, and he's still making about 2k a month. So if we look at his yearly revenue, you can see that he's had 5.89 million views, which is a lot, and it estimates that he's making between 15 to 40k a year, which is obviously a decent full-time income for a lot of people. And this is just ad revenue as well, so it doesn't take into account any paid sponsorship he gets or affiliate revenue or anything extra. So yeah, Caan is a very good example of someone that's making a salary, I should say, from his YouTube channel, which most people would say constitutes a full-time income. When it comes to the type of videos that Caan's producing, he produces a lot of videos on strategies, as you can see here, but he also does like documentary style videos where he looks at probably the darker side of the sports betting industry, and these tend to do well if you look at the views that he's getting.
This is the moment the police arrived in a William Hill store because a customer had won £12,500.
You can see there's getting over 100k on that Sky Bet video. And something I will say about Caan's channel as well is that it's very well produced. He obviously uses an editor, so he does have some expenses for the channel. But yeah, what really makes him stand out is the quality. I suppose it's up there with some of the bigger, just general YouTube channels that are doing very well. A lot of the entertainment channels. You can see here he's got over 2.34 million views on this video. So yeah, Caan's a good example of, if you want to make a sports betting channel and you want to do very well, Caan's a good example to have a look at. The next channel we're going to have a look at is BetAngel, which is run by Peter Webb, who's quite a well-respected Betfair trader. He puts out a lot of strategy videos, and he's been around for a very long time. You can see he's got over 1,000 videos here, so he's got 1,001 videos. So I was quite surprised actually that the estimated ad revenue on his channel is pretty low for the amount of videos that he's got. It's between 114 to 367 in a month. Again, I would say it's probably on the higher side, judging by my website and what I know. And in a year, it estimates that it makes between 2 to 6k. So he's definitely not making, what constitutes a full-time income. But obviously, Peter Webb's, he's running BetAngel, which is software that you use to trade on Betfair, and he's obviously a very well-respected and successful trader himself. So yeah, he's doing all right. If we look at the type of videos that Peter's producing for BetAngel, you can see that the majority of them are strategy-based videos, looking at trading normally on Betfair. There's a few betting ones that I've seen as well, and he's obviously, it looks like he's using AI to produce his thumbnails, so he's got some quite nice looking thumbnails here as well. But you can see the big difference between his channel and Caan's is that his don't really get the same views and they don't go viral, so that's probably why we're seeing the big difference in ad revenue between the two. I think if you get that viral video, obviously it makes a big difference. But yeah, this is Peter's channel. Next up on the list is a YouTuber called Shane Huang, who you might not have heard of before, and I'd never heard of him before. So Caan and Peter from BetAngel, they were both involved in the betting industry, running websites before they got into YouTube. So they're kind of bettors and traders that have gone into YouTube, whereas Shane Huang is a YouTuber who's gone into sports betting basically. And you can see he's doing all right. His channel makes an estimated 665 to 2k a month, which is pretty good because he doesn't have that many videos. If we go up here, you can see 116. Similar to Caan, actually, he's slowed down a little bit here, so you can see he's not put out a video for 125 days. So that's quite a long time between doing videos. But he's making quite a nice sum every year. He's making, between 10k and 26k a year, which is, I'm sure he's very happy about, considering he's not that active. So he's a good example of a guy that's really started off as a YouTuber, and then he's found some success with sports betting, and then he's kind of run with that. Looking at Shane's videos, you can see that his thumbnail style is very similar to Caan Berry's. And if you compare this to BetAngel, it does show that there is a thumbnail style that works well for sports betting. And in terms of content, it's very similar to my own channel. He looks at arbitrage betting, value betting, a little bit of trading. He talks about how not to get limited by bookmakers, or how to avoid getting limited by bookmakers, I should say, because it's pretty much impossible not to get banned if you're winning. But yeah, it's a good channel, and it's interesting because he didn't start off as a sports betting YouTuber. He's someone that started off making kind of educational videos about studying, and then he moved into sports betting. Next up, we have a channel which is a little bit newer than the other ones, and that is Unabated. So this is based in America, so obviously with a lot of states in America legalizing sports betting, there's much more interest now, but they don't have that many subscribers, to be honest. They've only got 25,000, but you can see they've got a lot of views, and they're doing pretty well for a channel that only has 65 videos. They're making between $260 to nearly $800 a month, so I would imagine that they're making, at the higher end, as all of these other ones are. And there isn't too much data on this channel, as it's one of the newer ones, but you can see that it looks like over the lifetime of this channel they've made between 3 to 10k. So yeah, they're doing pretty well. When it comes to the type of videos that they're making, again, it's just generally sharp sports betting videos. They don't seem to be super active. You can see only 11 days ago, so that's fairly new. But then between videos, they're obviously just making a couple every month. It seems like they're aiming for like 2 a month, so they're a growing channel, but they are doing quite well, I'd say. For a channel that's less than a year old, by the looks of it, the monthly revenue is pretty good, and it's only going to increase. So yeah, this is another good channel to look at if you were looking to kind of emulate a sports betting channel that's doing well. Alright, so moving on to the last channel that we're going to take a look at, and that is Masked Better Betting Tips. So this is quite a weird channel, as it has a different take on sports betting, and a different way of producing content than all the other channels, but it's got a lot of subscribers. It's got nearly 160,000. It's got, growing up to nearly 7 million views, so they're doing quite well. They've got 720 videos, and the Masked Better, I'll show you what he started off doing. He started off, obviously, he was wearing a mask and giving out predictions. Now, normally when you see somebody wearing a mask and giving out sports betting predictions, there's some kind of scammer either trying to push you to sign up to bookmakers through affiliate links, or they're just selling dodgy tips like sure bet things and fixed betting tips and all that type of stuff. But in terms of his revenue, he's doing all right. He's making probably between $200 to nearly $600 a month, which is quite good. And over the course of a year, he's making between $3,000 and $10,000 a year. And again, I think this guy is from somewhere in Africa. It doesn't say exactly where he's from, so that money probably goes much further in Africa than it does in some of in the UK, in America, in some other countries. If we take a look at the type of videos that he's making, you can see he's just basically banging out a video every single day, giving out some predictions. And I've had a look at a few of these just out of curiosity, and they're just very kind of poorly produced. It's just him talking in front of a screen very slowly. Very unlike any other YouTube video you see, but he is doing quite well from it. So fair play to the guy. He's found a way to make YouTube work for him, and he's doing quite well.
In this video, you're gonna be receiving free betting tips, as I have indicated in the video, right?
Alright, so that was a quick look at how much money some of these sports betting YouTube channels are making. Perhaps it's higher than you would have thought for some of them, perhaps it could be lower, but you also have to take into account that some of them have expenses. But on the other side of that, some will also be making money from paid promotions, affiliate links, and some just trying to drive traffic towards their website. So for example, BetAngel and Unabated, they run their own separate businesses. And if you're looking to make a sports betting channel where you're going to be making a full-time income, you've got the likes of Caan Berry and Shane Huang to emulate there. They show you the type of videos, type of thumbnails that you need to produce to get to that level. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you are interested in learning how to make money from the world of sports betting, I will add some videos around myself here, which go through some of the best strategies you can use to start making money.